Thank you for tuning in to V News. You're watching the bulletins. Coming up next are top stories.
UK looks to double bilateral trade with Vietnam. Quảng Ninh province rallies resources for post-flood recovery. Economic growth likely to reach 6.5%.
UK Prime Minister David Cameron visited Ho Chi Minh City on July 30th as part of his two-day official visit to Vietnam.
The UK Prime Minister attended a workshop to improve businesses' competitiveness that took place in the city on the same day. He told the event that the UK hopes to expand business and investments in Vietnam to double bilateral trade in future. He extolled the Vietnamese government for promoting national competitiveness and creating a fair playground for enterprises. He said he was impressed by the country's achievements in economics and poverty reduction. He highlighted transparency and equality as important factors for businesses to seek investment opportunities. Deputy Prime Minister Nguyễn Xuân Phúc said the Vietnamese government has created a favorable, open and transparent investment climate for businesses to operate in the country. He called on businesses to forge closer links and enact measures to create a fair business environment. He also warned that deeper international integration offers both opportunities and challenges for Vietnamese goods and services, resulting in more competitive pressure on domestic enterprises. At the reception in Ho Chi Minh City the same day, Secretary of the Municipal Party Committee Lê Thanh Hải said he hopes that UK Prime Minister David Cameron will support and encourage UK businesses to invest in the city, especially in finance and infrastructure. Hải expressed his wish for the UK's continuous assistance to Vietnam in public-private partnership projects. Ho Chi Minh City wants to join hands with the UK to deepen the strategic partnership between the two countries in politics, foreign affairs, and people-to-people exchanges, he said. Prime Minister David Cameron affirmed his country is willing to share experience with Vietnam in improving infrastructure, finance, and urban planning, as well as developing education, training, and public-private partnership models. Also on July 30th, the UK Prime Minister visited the Ho Chi Minh Stock Exchange, where he also attended several meetings of British and Vietnamese enterprises.
Deputy Prime Minister Hoàng Trung Hải is paying an official visit to Mozambique. The visit is expected to boost multifaceted cooperation between Vietnam and the African country. Mozambique Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs and Cooperation Nieleti Monlane welcomed the visit by the Vietnamese official, saying that the visit will boost the friendship and traditional cooperation between the two countries. Deputy Prime Minister Hải said he hoped that the visit will foster bilateral ties, particularly in economics and trade. On the first day of the visit, the Deputy Prime Minister laid a wreath at the statue of Samora Machel, the first president of Mozambique after independence. After visiting a boulevard after Vietnamese President Ho Chi Minh in central Maputo, the delegation met with staff of the Vietnam Embassy. Deputy Prime Minister Hải said the Vietnam-Mozambique relations has recorded progresses but still fell short of potential, thus requiring a greater stimulation towards the two sides' commercial affiliation. Recovery efforts are ongoing in the northeastern province of Quảng Ninh after a torrential rain struck the locality for 3 consecutive days. The heaviest downpour in 40 years began in the northeastern part of the province on July 26. By July 29, the rain left 23 local residents dead or missing. The total damage has amounted to over $45.8 million. Nearly 3,900 houses, schools and hospitals were submerged, with several places in Cẩm Phả, Hạ Long and Vân Đồn more than 2 meters underwater. As many as 19 houses were destroyed, and more than 1,100 hectares of rice and crops and 300 hectares of aquaculture inundated in water. A landslide blocked traffic in Cẩm Phả City and Vân Đồn district. To make matters worse, The heavy rain also collapsed water pipelines in Kampha and Hạ Long cities, disrupting water supplies for the next 2 weeks. The rain also left about 1,600 tourists stranded on Koto and Quan Lan Islands. On July 30th, a naval ship was dispatched to bring the holidaymakers to the mainland. Electricity supply has resumed in flood-stricken areas. All necessary equipment has been sent to the 110 kV Mông Dương power station. Vân Đồn, Kampha and Hạ Long power stations are well equipped for all possible contingencies. The provincial authorities asked relevant units to clean up the rubble and rubbish on the streets and in residential areas. The Provincial Department of Health also directed the Preventive Medical Center to launch decontamination sprays and environmental cleanups. In another development, local relevant agencies are searching for 6 fishermen who went missing when their fishing boat sank near Koto Island on July 27th. Only 1 fisherman was rescued by the border guard 1 day later. Vietnamese Deputy Foreign Minister Lê Hoài Trung joined senior officials from other ASEAN countries and China to review the implementation of the Declaration on the Conduct of Parties in the East Sea at a recent meeting in China.
The meeting, which took place in Tianjin City on July 29th, was co-chaired by Permanent Secretary of Thailand's Foreign Ministry, Noppadon Tepitak, and Chinese Deputy Foreign Minister Liu Shenmin. Besides reviewing the realization of the declaration, the officials discussed measures to speed up consultations between ASEAN and China towards the formation of a code of conduct in the East Sea. They also prepared the agenda for the upcoming ASEAN-China ministerial meeting and post-ministerial conference slated for August. ASEAN member countries and China signed the declaration in 2002. With the aim of promoting a peaceful, friendly and harmonious environment in the East Sea.
Moving on to other news, a school built with funding from the Vietnamese government has been inaugurated in the northern Lao province of Luang Nam Ta after 18 months of construction.
The project has investments of $3.57 million and is the second funded by Vietnam's non-refundable aid. The new Vieng Phu Ca High School, covering more than 1,300 square meters, has a 3-story building with 40 classrooms, a library, and 2 large rooms for the faculty. The Lao government pays for site clearance, lighting, water and electricity supplies, and fence around the football pitch. Lao officials hailed the project as a symbol of the special friendship and solidarity between the 2 parties, states, and peoples. They vowed to put the Vietnamese government's gift into its best use over the long term, contributing to educating young generations about the special ties between the 2 countries.
A survey of socio-economic situations of 53 ethnic groups is planned for August 1st. The investigation is the first of its kind in the country. The survey aims to compile statistics on population, incomes, housing, and other socio-economic indicators of ethnic minority groups. The collected information will serve the design of socio-economic development policies for ethnic inhabited areas. The results will also work as the basis to form a data system on ethnic minorities in Vietnam. Ethnic minority region targeted by the survey is defined as an area where the number of ethnic minorities accounts for at least 30% of the local population. The investigation scope includes 51 centrally run cities and provinces. The results of the survey are expected to be announced in December. Minister of Industry and Trade Vũ Huy Hoàng is attending a meeting of Trans-Pacific Partnership trade ministers in Hawaii, U.S. Our reporters bring you details.
The 4-day negotiation round, which kicked off on July 29th, considered the final opportunity for the 12 participating countries to reach an agreement within this year. It focused on existing difficulty issues such as intellectual property rights, operations of enterprises, labor market, and environmental protection. Negotiations on TPP agreement started in 2005 and have so far attracted the participation of 12 countries. One side, The pact will form a free trade area with a population of 800 million and accounting for 30% of global trade turnover and nearly 40% of global output.
More than 200 domestic and foreign enterprises are showcasing their staples at an ongoing trade fair in the central city of Da Nang in a bid to seek trading partners.
The trade fair opened on July 30th with 400 booths set by enterprises from Vietnam and other East-West Economic Corridor countries, including Laos and Thailand. On display at the event are tourism products, electronic items, IT equipment, garment and textiles, foodstuff, and wooden products. The fair, the fifth of its kind in Da Nang, aims to boost trade links and cooperation between enterprises in regional countries. The event will run until August 4th.
Vietnam's economy is likely to expand 6.5% in 2015, thanks to a marked recovery made in the first 6 months of the year, reported the Central Institute for Economic Management.
A report announced by the Institute on July 29th shows the Vietnamese economy saw growth of 6.28% in the first half of this year. The country recorded a low inflation rate in the 6-month period. The industrial and construction sectors were the driving force behind economic growth. Earnings from exports hit $70.9 billion in the period, up 14.9% from 2014. This could stimulate the country's economic growth to reach 6.42% in the third quarter of this year. In 2015, Vietnam's total exports are expected to enjoy a surge of more than 10%.
Vietnam is absolutely able to reach the economic growth of 6.5% in 2015.
The report highlights the necessity of focusing on macroeconomic stabilization, mechanism overhaul, and resources development. Top priority should be placed on restructuring commercial banks, curbing inflation rate and foreign exchange rates, and promoting trade.
The central province of Quảng Bình has organized an art performance to launch the spectacular cave system Discovery Week. Let's take a look.
The show featured more than 20 music, dancing, and singing performances, which demonstrated the province's cultural identities. The province took this occasion to announce diverse activities such as the launch of new tourist destinations, promotions, and tourist discounts and farm trips. On the sidelines of the show, the Vietnam Book of Records awarded the title the longest zip line route in Vietnam to Phong Nha Kẻ Bàng National Park. Operational since September 2014, the 400-meter zip line spans over the Chai River to the entrance of Doi Cave. Established in 2001, the Phong Nha Kẻ Bàng National Park is among the 238 most important ecological zones in the world. Covering around 85,750 hectares, the park was recognized as a UNESCO Geological and Geomorphological World Natural Heritage Site in 2003. It boasts a system of 300 different caves and grottos, which date back some 400 million years. Particularly, Sơn Dong, which was first explored in 2009, is considered the largest natural cave in the world. Recently, the New York Times named Quảng Bình as one of the most attractive destinations in Asia and the world's top 52 must-go sites for 2014.
And that has wrapped up our program. Thank you for your attention. For more information, you can log on to our website at www.vietnamplus.vn. We'll see you soon.